Hi everybody and welcome to Runaway with Liz. I am Liz and today we have ourselves an old school race recap video with a twist because I am in Athens.
I wanna wake up without sorrow. I wanna step out in a world that's brighter. We are the people of tomorrow.
What are you doing?
Well, I might be registering for the Athens Authentic Marathon in November. State your personal best finish time in the last 3 years. I have a PR that's 10 miles. Oh, but they only have half marathon marathons. Okay, so I've got all my right info. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time, but I've never known if it would fit with the, our plans and the schedule and like life events. And it really doesn't, but I'm just doing it, I guess.
Like Nike.
Like Nike, just do it. Wow, it says successfully completed. I guess I'm registered for the Athens Marathon in November.
How exciting!
Oh my god. Okay, I guess I'm going to Greece. So tomorrow, I am actually heading out to the pier in Athens because that area is kind of where the expo is for the marathon. I'm going to be taking the train and I'll be taking the metro from Syntagma. I'm saying all of these words wrong. I don't speak Greek. I don't read Greek. That hasn't really been a huge problem here in Athens. I don't know how it would be getting outside of Athens, outside of the city, but here in Athens, everyone speaks at least a little bit of English. Most people speak a lot of bit of English. But I am leaving Syntagma. I'm going to Faliro, and then I'm going to be switching from the metro to the tram and taking that to another stop. I can't remember what it's called though, and that's gonna get me pretty close to where the expo is. I had purchased an Orange Holiday SIM card for this trip, and I was grateful to have data for Google Maps because it was very handy for finding the expo location, which is far from the city center, but it's still accessible by public transportation. Made it to the expo. The expo was held at the Faliro Indoor Hall and Exhibition Center of Athens. It was held Wednesday through Saturday. I went on Thursday because I wanted to avoid the weekend crowds, and it was a breeze. After picking up my bib packet, I and the other runners were routed all the way through the entire expo in order to pick up our t-shirts and swag. I hadn't really looked up anything about this race, including the elevation map, prior to arriving in Athens, so this was also where I realized that a lot of this race is uphill. So that was cool to learn. Alright, I made it to bib pickup. I got tons of swag. Alright, Operation Bib Pickup was a success. We got so much swag, a big swag. With the marathon registration, I got a full-on backpack, hand for size. It's a proper backpack size. It says Athens Authentic Marathon on it. And then this is my bib packet. This will be a bag drop-off too if I decide to do that, which I think I might. Here we've got, this is going to be my bib number. It's got the race course on it. There's a bracelet that I'm supposed to wear. I'll show you the t-shirt first. Okay. Which I kind of like. I could imagine some people being hit or miss on the color, but I kind of like it. It's gold, and I love these little sporty stripes on the sleeve. It's Adidas, so of course there's sporty stripes. It says Athens Authentic Marathon. We'll see how well this keeps on in the wash. Seems very light. It's very kind of a sheer material. Very breathable, I'm imagining, but I'm not sure. I haven't worn it in action yet. It looks like we've got like a washcloth too as swag. Yeah, it's a washcloth. Or maybe it's a sweat towel. And another thing we got was a 4-day all Athens public transportation pass. It's activated the first time I use it. But yeah, you get quite a lot with packet pickup. I actually kind of like the expo. It wasn't terribly hard to get to. I did use Google Maps and there was some confusion on my end of whether or not I think I'm supposed to scan the ticket again when you get on the tram, but I wasn't sure. Good morning, everybody. We are about exactly 24 hours before the Authentic Athens Marathon race start, and I am sitting in my hotel room and they have delivered me breakfast in my room today. That is such a nice thing that they have. This is my nice big meal that I'm having today. An egg over some fried potatoes, and this is kind of I think it's a yogurt sauce on top of it. Vegan protein pancakes. And then this is the bread plate here. We've got some cheese, we've got some deli meat. I might not eat that today. I'm not like big on deli meat. A croissant, bread, and a clementine. Some coffee here with some freshly squeezed orange juice. So excited to dig in on this. And I did want to touch briefly on my goal for tomorrow for the Athens Marathon, which is basically just to have fun and really soak up the atmosphere. This was a very spontaneous registration, and it has caught me at a time when I'm feeling a little bit burnt out and like I'm not really having as much fun running as I thought I would, at least running these long distances. I think I just really packed my fall schedule way too full. Not that I regret any of the things that I've done. The week after we got back from Japan, I ran the Loop It Lop It in Minneapolis, which was a 12-hour race where you basically just see how many loops you can complete and how many miles you get in, and I got in 43 miles, so I sort of treated that as my long run. And then after that, Tony and I went to Universal, where I didn't really film anything at all. We just kind of had fun riding some rides and eating some donuts, things like that. Now I'm in Greece, and I've been touring all week. Anyway, bringing that back to my goal for the Athens Marathon. It's not for speed, it's just gonna be to have fun, to soak it up. There's actually an 8-hour cutoff time, which is very generous, and actually that's 8 hours, I believe, from the last wave. So it's 8 hours and 42 minutes, I think I read, is actually what it's going to be. Totally, but it does depend on what your starting wave is. I'm not going to take the full 8 hours, but it's just nice to know that that cushion is there if I need it. I think the Athens Marathon is just like a nice little bookend to this running season. It ends at the beginning. It's the authentic, it's the original marathon. It's not like there weren't other cultures doing long distance races, maybe even older than Greece, we don't know. Some people might know that are more well versed in that kind of stuff than I am, but you know, it's a marathon as we know it. I can show you the room actually. I'm in the Marvelous Hotel. It's a little bit lived in, a nice little long desk area. They give you eyeshadow, which is kind of funny. It says, "A smile is the best makeup any girl can wear. Marilyn Monroe. Welcome to the Marvelous. We hope you enjoy these cosmetics." And it's purple. I just don't know that this color is gonna work for me, but I appreciate the sentiment. The bathroom, when I first walked in, I was like, where's the sink? I don't know where the sink is because my brain did not register this is a sink. Standing shower. And then I've got this really nice balcony. These are my running clothes for tomorrow, setting them out. And this is the view outside.
Race morning, I took one of the first shuttle buses to leave from Syntagma at 6:30 a.m. to the start area near Marathon, Greece, where we were handed ponchos to stay warm, so I was plenty early for the 9 a.m. race start. I was in Corral 10, and it was more than 30 minutes past the starting gun by the time my wave reached the start line.
Και θα στάδιο στο βανάκι του Σέγας κοντά. Dear runners, by participating today, you will receive the anniversary medal created by the artist Sven. The medal depicts the finishing moments of the race.
Στην εκκίνηση στο 10ο μπλοκ θα δώσει ο κύριος Χρυσίνας Αναστάσιος, Δημοτικός Σύμβουλος.
Συμμετέχει και ο κύριος Τσαγκαράκης, πόσους μαραθωνίους? 44 μαραθώνιους, τρέχει ο κύριος Τσαγκαράκης εδώ στο μπλοκ 10. Block number 10, ready! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Καλό δρόμο! Congratulations to everybody! You are all winners!
The course is completely a road race, which shouldn't be a surprise. The first half of the race, running to and from the town of Marathon, had really pretty scenery. And when we reached Marathon, the residents and groups of kids were handing out olive leaves for runners to put in their hair.
You never can tell how it's gonna be.
The only true critique that I have of this race is that aid stations handed out full water bottles, which led to some really horrendous race etiquette from other runners who would just drop their water wherever they were, or they would chuck their half-full water bottles across the course without more than a cursory glance of where they were throwing, or if it made it to the edge of the course, or if it just landed in front of another runner to trip over or hit someone. It was actually sort of a hazard.
The ground is just soaked with water.
I'm also trying to think of if there was hand sanitizer in the porta potties. I don't think there was. And with a race this big, the porta potties get hairy pretty quickly.
Right. Just finished a little bump, a little lemon drop hill, if you will. At some point there's going to be like a really big incline, but I truly have no idea where that starts. Around mile 10, I think, maybe.
Been a bad dream. Thoughts are clouding in my mind. I wish that I could leave them all behind.
Check out that view. That is nice.
Stupid and insincere.
Heaven. Coca-Cola and bananas. Such a winning combo. Also, the ground is so sticky here. Alright, is this the downhill? Having one last Coca-Cola. What is this? This is horrifying.
No time to worry about the past. Await the future to come at last. This time tomorrow, I will be gone. A fading memory, forever worn. I wanna wake up without sorrow. I wanna step out in a world that's brighter. We are the people of tomorrow.
Κλήρωση του χρονικού ορίου.
A celebration of what's to come.
The marathon ends in the Panathenaic Stadium, where athletic events have been held since the 6th century BC. The first version of a stadium here was built in 330 BC, and it was rebuilt with marble in the 2nd century AD and restored in the 1800s for the first modern Olympic Games in 1896. It's such a cool race finish location. I loved it.
Together raise our hands up higher, higher, higher. We raise our
If I were to do this race again, I would avoid bag drop as much as I can because it took so long to get my bag back, just with all of the people who also did bag drop. Those poor sweet volunteers. That's bag pickup all the way down there. It's nuts. The Acropolis. Overall, the Athens Authentic Marathon was so much fun to run. There was great energy from the volunteers and the spectators, and it was well organized for such a huge race. I finished the day by getting a celebratory drink at this very silly named bar. The cocktail was good though. Anyway, I'm back at the stadium, the Panathenaic Stadium, built for Athena, and this is where the Athens Marathon finished. It was actually like just a really neat experience. I guess that's the theme of this year, is ending races in stadiums. There's nothing like it. And thank you so much for joining me for this race recap of the Athens Marathon, the authentic, I would say the original marathon rather than authentic, but kind of a baller move to call yourself the Authentic Marathon. Like, no other marathon is actually a marathon unless it's from Marathon to Athens. If you enjoyed this race recap, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye.